Hey everyone, welcome back to Iraqi Dinar. We've got an absolutely massive story developing today, one that's taking the financial world by storm. Reports are spreading at lightning speed that a new exchange rate for the Iraqi dinar has officially gone live. Not in theory, not in rumor, but fully visible on global trading systems. Analysts are calling this moment unprecedented, with early data suggesting Iraq's long-awaited monetary shift may finally be here. What we're seeing right now could represent one of the most significant changes in global currency history, and financial communities around the world are scrambling to verify what's happening. The first wave of information hit early this morning, when several major forex tracking systems began to register live movement from Iraq's currency feed, something that had been dormant for months. Almost immediately, reports began circulating online claiming that the dinar was no longer in test mode, but was now active and tradable on international platforms. This would mark the end of a long and cautious testing phase, officially transitioning Iraq's currency from controlled evaluation to real-world trading visibility. What's making this story explode is the suggestion that this isn't just another data blip. It's showing up on the same public registries where all other major world currencies are listed. As these signals spread, multiple Baghdad-based news outlets allegedly confirmed that the Central Bank of Iraq had authorized the activation of a new rate. This combination, digital activity on global networks followed by local media reports, is fueling the belief that Iraq's currency has now crossed the threshold into full global circulation. The tone of these reports is clear. This is not another speculative rumor cycle, but something concrete. Unlike previous coming soon claims, this time, real data seems to be visible to traders, banks, and even the general public. So, what's the number everyone's talking about? According to these early reports, live trading platforms are showing values ranging from $342 to $395 per dinar, depending on the feed being monitored. Now, this kind of variation isn't being seen as an error. Instead, it's being taken as evidence that the dinar is in a true open market environment. That fluctuation, analysts say, is exactly what happens when a currency begins trading freely and reacts to real market dynamics. If accurate, it would confirm that Iraq's currency is no longer static or simulated, but genuinely active on global forex systems. Adding even more weight to this claim, several U.S. financial institutions, including major names like Chase, Wells Fargo, and TD Bank, reportedly paused their online foreign exchange portals earlier today. At first glance, that might sound concerning, but experts are saying this is standard procedure when global banking systems update rate data on a massive scale. When back-end currency databases are recalibrated, temporary service suspensions are completely normal. The theory being circulated is that these short pauses could actually indicate that banks are syncing with Iraq's newly updated rate system in real time. Beyond the financial details, this entire story carries powerful symbolic weight for Iraq itself. It's being framed as a national milestone, the culmination of decades of rebuilding and reform. For years, Iraq's economy has struggled under the weight of conflict, corruption, and dependency on oil revenues. This alleged rate change is being portrayed not merely as an economic adjustment, but as a moment of national restoration, a bold signal that Iraq is finally stepping back into the global financial arena as a strong, self-reliant nation. Many reports are connecting this moment to Iraq's broader reform efforts over the past few years. These include new economic laws, anti-corruption measures, and perhaps most importantly, the hydrocarbon law, designed to fairly distribute oil revenues across regions. The government has also introduced digital banking systems, mobile payments, and modernized its entire financial infrastructure. Combined with closer partnerships with international organizations, this foundation is being presented as the solid groundwork that made today's possible shift a reality. The timeline described by multiple sources suggests the process unfolded overnight. Around midnight, subtle data refreshes were detected on Middle Eastern forex lines, early signs that something was stirring. Then, reports claimed that emergency meetings were held at the Central Bank of Iraq in Baghdad, followed by a noticeable uptick in system activity at dawn. That's when global currency screens allegedly began to populate with the new values. The sequence, late-night signals, internal meetings, and morning data updates paints a picture of a coordinated, deliberate rollout rather than an accidental system glitch. An interesting twist here is that Iraq may not be alone in this movement. The Vietnamese dong reportedly showed slight upward motion around the same time. Some analysts believe both currencies could be part of a coordinated global financial reform initiative backed by real-world assets, such as oil, energy, and natural resources. If true, it would suggest Iraq's move is part of a larger realignment effort, a strategy to strengthen developing economies through tangible, asset-backed monetary reform. Inside U.S. financial institutions, reports claim that internal systems have already updated to display the new rate, though public transactions are still temporarily restricted. According to banking insiders, this transitional phase is completely normal. Before public exchanges can begin, banks must perform final compliance checks, confirm liquidity levels, and verify that all data aligns with international regulatory standards. During this phase, it's common to see service unavailable or rate updating messages on banking websites, which insiders insist are signs of live integration, not errors. Meanwhile, alleged statements from Iraq's leadership have only added to the buzz. Several reports claim that the Prime Minister of Iraq appeared on national television shortly after the rate went live, delivering a powerful statement. Our people have waited patiently for a currency that reflects the true strength of Iraq's economy. That time has come. Even though the term revaluation wasn't used, the message was clear. This was a historic shift in Iraq's monetary direction. Hours later, the Central Bank of Iraq reportedly issued its own statement, confirming that the new rate would enhance Iraq's economic standing and stimulate private sector growth. The global reaction so far has been remarkably calm. No panic, no sudden sell-offs, no oil price crashes. Instead, markets seem cautiously optimistic. Financial analysts are reportedly reassessing Iraq's potential, noting its massive oil reserves, strategic partnerships, and now potentially modernized currency. This measured response is being interpreted as further validation that the shift is real and well-coordinated, not an unexpected shock. Experts are already calling this the beginning of a Middle East monetary realignment, a possible wave of reforms where regional currencies are strengthened, stabilized, and backed by tangible assets. Whether that phrase sticks or not, what's clear is that Iraq's move could set off a ripple effect, prompting other nations in the region to accelerate their own financial modernization efforts. Still, analysts are urging caution to individuals holding dinar. The guidance being shared is simple. Stay informed, stay patient, and avoid third-party offers or private exchanges. The legitimate process, if this story is accurate, will only occur through regulated banking channels. Hold on to all receipts, documentation, and avoid sharing sensitive details online. As with any major financial transition, scammers often appear quickly, so vigilance is key. According to these reports, the next few days will be critical. The first step now is for banks worldwide to finish syncing their systems with Iraq's updated rate. Once synchronization is complete, official public confirmations could start appearing from major institutions, followed by a formal announcement from Iraq's central bank with global rate tables. Only after these steps, experts say, will public exchanges officially begin, likely in a phased rollout across countries. If confirmed, this change could have a life-changing impact for Iraq's citizens. The dinar's strength could help stabilize prices, reduce inflation, and make everyday essentials more affordable. For years, Iraqis have endured fluctuating markets and rising costs. A stronger currency could finally restore purchasing power and confidence, tangible proof that progress is taking root after decades of hardship. The deeper message in all this goes beyond numbers on a screen. It's about national dignity and economic sovereignty. The reports describe this moment as Iraq reclaiming its rightful place on the world stage. A country once torn by conflict, now standing tall through financial reform. This isn't just about investors. It's about a people witnessing their economy reborn and their nation respected again. One recurring question among viewers has been, why did it take so long? And the answer lies in one word: trust. Rebuilding a currency's credibility takes time. Iraq had to confront corruption, implement transparency, and rebuild its institutions from the ground up. Every audit, every reform, every new banking law was part of earning that trust. That's why many experts say that this moment feels different from all the rumors of the past, because this time Iraq truly built the foundation first. Of course, any massive change like this comes with challenges. Some systems will update faster than others, and not every platform will show the new rate instantly. Traders may overreact, and some institutions might take days to adjust. But that's normal. The key is patience, letting the system sink and the process stabilize before drawing conclusions. Warnings against scams are being repeated everywhere. People are urged not to hand over currency or personal data to anyone claiming early access. Legitimate exchanges will only happen once banks publicly confirm readiness. Until then, it's all about staying calm and waiting for official communication. It's also important to remember that a live rate on Forex screens doesn't mean every local bank will instantly trade dinar. Some institutions have policies that restrict certain currencies. Each bank will move at its own pace to activate new rates. This gradual rollout ensures compliance and stability, preventing any sudden shocks to the system. But despite all these cautions, the bottom line remains. Something major appears to have shifted. The door that was once closed now seems open, and Iraq's currency is reportedly active on the global stage once again. Analysts predict this could attract a wave of new investment, from oil partnerships and tech ventures to infrastructure and trade, fueling the next chapter of Iraq's economic growth. A stronger currency brings confidence, and confidence drives investment. That's the key idea circulating right now. If these reports are confirmed, Iraq could be entering a new era, one defined not by recovery, but by expansion and opportunity. For the first time in decades, the narrative around Iraq might shift from instability to growth. And this doesn't just matter for Iraq. It could influence the entire global financial landscape. Experts say we're watching the rise of asset-backed currencies, a return to tangible value in an increasingly digital world. Iraq's alleged move could inspire neighboring nations to follow, creating a wave of reform across the Middle East. In the end, this story is about people. It's about the worker in Basra who might finally see prices stabilize, the shop owner in Baghdad gaining access to fair trade, and the student who can now see their country's currency listed live beside the dollar and euro. That's what makes this moment powerful. It's history, unfolding through the lens of real lives and restored pride. So as we close, remember this. According to these reports, Iraq's new exchange rate isn't a rumor anymore. It's visible, live, and sinking across the world's financial systems. Banks are updating, markets are watching, and history is being written right now. Stay tuned, stay patient, and keep following Iraqi Dinar for real-time verified updates as this incredible story continues to unfold.